Changing more default settings in Excel. We're going to change the default font type and point size. We're going to change the view that we have of the workbook when we open it up. We're going to change the number of worksheets that open in the default workbook. We're going to find that we can personalize our worksheet by putting our name in the worksheet. We're back in Excel and we're going to change some more options, and we're going to get back to the Excel options dialog box in the same way we did before, which was press Alt-F-T. And the group we're going to look at this time is when creating new workbooks. We have the font, currently Arial, the font size 11 point. The default view for the new worksheets is normal view, and include this many sheets is 3. The last setting that we can change, personalize your copy of Microsoft Office username, is my name. I'm going to leave that alone. In this new group, when creating new workbooks, for these changes to take effect, you actually have to close Excel down and relaunch Excel. In the prior movie, the user interface options, we could change and go back into the worksheet and see those changes take effect immediately. But this new group is not like that. And for that reason, I'm going to change all 4 of these at the same time. I'm going to change from Arial to Algerian, from 11 point to 22 point, normal view to page layout view, and instead of 3 sheets, I'm going to open up 10. Left click OK, and I'll get the message: for your changes to the standard font to take effect, you must quit and then restart Microsoft Excel. I'll left click and acknowledge that. I'm going to close down the program, open it back up, and we see some dramatic changes take effect here. We see Algerian 22 point as a default font and point size. That font has carried through into the styles gallery, so it's displaying those styles options with the default font and point size. The cell size has increased to accommodate the 22 point as opposed to the 11 point font, and the row header and column headers have changed consistent with the new default font Algerian. We're also looking at the page layout view instead of the normal view. The formula bar is also larger to accommodate the taller 22 point size font. And we also have 10 worksheets that have opened by default instead of 3. The last setting, the username, which I elected not to change, I left it as my name, you can find by pressing Alt-F-I. I'm going to left click to get rid of those letters. Under related people, you see author. There's my name, and that's where that setting will have the impact. It will show up here under the properties area of your workbook. So we looked at the options that have an impact when we're creating new workbooks. We changed the default font from Arial to Algerian, the font size from 11 to 22 point, the default view from normal to page layout view, and we increased the number of sheets from 3 to 10. We also found that we could personalize our copy of Microsoft Office by putting our name, our username, in this field, where Excel will update the properties for the workbook with our name.